How did we meet? So we met about 18 years ago. Yeah, 18 years ago, approximately 2006, in high school, ninth grade, at Trinity Christian School in Cedar Hill.
August of 2006.
August 2000, 2006. Yeah. So now I'm gonna give y'all also a little joke. So I remember what she had on the first day I saw her. So she had on, and mind you, I was playing football, and she was cheerleading. We were both on varsity as freshmen. You know what I'm saying? She had on a orange tank top and black biker shorts and white cheerleader shoes
And a white headband.
and a white headband. She stayed wearing headbands in high school. And the first time I saw her, you kind of like ran off though a little bit.
Yeah.
You kind of ran off. She
I
was a
definitely
little
ran
shy.
off. I was super shy.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, just to see where we're at now, going back to all the way to 2006, it's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
you ready?
No, it's crazy because at 14 years old, you would be like, like, I was like, man, I actually really like this guy, but I was actually kind of nervous to like tell
we
him
were
I liked
kids.
him because we were kids. We were in ninth
kids.
grade, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he also is a little annoying, a little bit.
A lot.
Well, a lot of it actually.
Very annoying.
But we just formed a really great friendship even after high school.
Mm-hmm.
In college, we were still really good friends. But then we also just went our separate ways for a little bit. But even when we went our separate ways, we always stayed really close.
Yeah. Through Instagram, Snapchat, just social media platforms, stuff like that. You want to go to 2017? You want them to wait for that?
We can come back to that.
All right, cool. Yeah.
So our first date, it was actually initiated by me. It was August of 2021. I reached out to Chris and I was like, hey, can you meet me at Miko Cena in Uptown? I just have a lot of things I want to express to you that I feel like would be easier for me to express to you in person. So we met around 7 p.m. I think it was
7
like a
p.m.
Tuesday evening. And I unleashed all my feelings. I was like, hey, I feel like you are my husband. I fasted for you. I manifested. I prayed for this like for some months now. I had a whole devotional. It was like 30-day prayers to my future husband. And I literally wrote Chris's name every single time in a specific prayer every single day for 30 days. And like he had no words for me. Like he was sitting back like this, like, what the heck?
Yeah,
like,
because I'm thinking,
you feel this way about me?
I'm going to do it. I'm going to initiate saying this to her, but she did it to me. That's not really just like regular.
But if we rewind back to April 2021 of his birthday, his 29th birthday, I reached out to him and I wanted to express my feelings then. He definitely, kind of curved me real quick.
Wasn't ready.
He wasn't ready, but didn't
ready.
know how to.
Wasn't ready.
To let me know that.
Yeah.
So it took me, humbling myself and putting my ego aside to reach out again for a second time.
She shot her shot
hey,
twice, basically, what she's trying to tell y'all.
Can you meet with me? And after that date, I mean, it's been history.
It's been history ever since, literally ever since.
So shoot your shot, ladies. If you know either one.
We're professional trainers. We have a black-owned gym called Poke Fit Training Facility located in Duncanville. The address is 718 Spaceway Drive, Duncanville, Texas. Zip code 75137. We're actually going on 3 years of business existence, New Year's Day of 2025. So if y'all want to be in the best shape of your whole entire life, we train everybody. We train all levels, all ages, from the kids,
Ethnicities.
to the teenagers, to the grown folks. If you want to keep it grown and sexy, mamas, we got you. If you need food guidance, we have meal preps as well. We have 3 different option categories for y'all.
Pressed juices,
Smoothie juices, everything.
We offer all of that.
Apparel, one-stop shop. So when you lose weight, you want, oh dang, I need some new clothes. Poke Fit Apparel.
Online training program coming soon.
Woo! The proposal. So, the proposal was planned a year ago, around her birthday last year. So her birthday last year, her last couple of birthdays weren't the best turnout. But I always knew that I was going to propose to her this year. And so I was just planning everything from getting the ring and what else? getting the guest list. Cause I asked her, I said, I need you to give me a specific guest list. I'm like, who you think are like your close friends? And it was about like maybe like 40 people, something like that. So she emailed me the list, right? So she not even knowing I'm about to propose to her on her actual birthday. And so I reached out to everybody, got a flyer made, like, hey, all white, it's her 33rd birthday, Jesus year, you know what I mean? So I was like, man, wear all white. You know what I'm saying? If you got on a sprinkle of white, wear that, because she love white. So I made everything dedicated to her, from the white rose petals at the gym, because we had a proposal at our facility. So was it 2 weeks ago? I think it was 2
It'll
weeks.
be 2 weeks this upcoming Sunday.
Yeah, so it was December 8th, obviously, of this year. I had her blindfolded the entire time. We went to a spot called the Scarlet. Now, heading to the Scarlet, we had a driver, and when we left the house, she thinking we going in the Navy, like just a regular night, just date night, you know, she don't know what's going on. So when she saw the driver, she was like, what? What's going on? So long story short, I had her, we went to the Scarlet, had like one drink, I think, met her with some friends, and the friends in on it too, because obviously they know what's going on. And I think they were saying, oh, we're about to go home and go to sleep and blah, 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 blah. So when we're leaving the Scarlet, I said, hey, the next location, I'm going to take you somewhere where you always dreamed about going. Now, 2023, she had a dream that I actually proposed to her at a baseball park or something like that. And the way that she described the dream was via text message. So I saved the actual message and I saved it in my phone, and it was in my archives like that whole entire time. She didn't even know. So my intentions were to bring that entire dream to life. So I basically did that. And I took her to a place where she always dreamed about. I mean, we had it at our facility. It was draped up in all white. Everybody was wearing white. It was about 100 people in the gym. We had like nice big pictures of us that from a photo shoot that we had earlier this year. So when I blindfolded her, she was just like in, shock. She was just crying, but tears of joy, overwhelmed. And yeah, I sealed the deal.
So Ashley, what was the first thing that you said after the proposal?
I just remember shaking. I remember shaking after the proposal, and just being like, oh my God, I can't believe all these people are here from Florida, from Houston, people that I was just texting right before the proposal that were like, yeah, I'm heading to bed. I was like, dang, everybody going to sleep? Like, what is going on?
My mom didn't tell you happy birthday.
No one was telling me happy. It was just really kind of awkward, but like I still wasn't sure like what was going on. So like to see all of those people in our gym, it was honestly very overwhelming, but like in a good way.
Absolutely.
In a good way.
Great way.
Because like he said previously, a lot of my birthdays probably before were just kind of
the last 3 birthdays to be approximate.
Yeah.
Just not
and I was very much like, I'm okay with just going to dinner. Like I almost canceled and was like, I want to watch Christmas movies, remember?
Well, you were the movie, so
Yeah.
you were the movie.
He was like, no, we have a reservation at 6 o'clock. Like, you need to be ready. And I was like, all right. And then boom, that happened. This happened.
The number one thing that I love about Ashley is she gives me peace. Just circling back to just previous relationships, I was always the one just doing everything, from initiating everything, setting everything up. And my aspirations were just a little bit better than my partner at the time. And I always wanted somebody that was just, that would make me better. What happens when the man gets challenged to become a better version of himself? We really don't see that. And, all the success that we've had this year is because of Ashley. Without her by my side, like none of this would be going on. Obviously we won't even be here. Right. So, and I said that at the proposal. I said the number one thing that you give me is a peace of mind overall.
And what about you, Ashley?
I would say what I love most about Chris is his patience with me. I am very type A. I'm very structured and detailed. So I'm like, I need you to do this. I want to do this. I post this at this time. I need us to do this at this time. And for most men, they'll probably be like, hey, you need to calm down. Like, you're doing too much. And Chris is the opposite. He's like, okay, whatever you need, I'm here for you. Sometimes if that's just sitting next to me and not talking at all, I really like appreciate that a lot with him because like in our business we overly talk like all the time, and sometimes like I just don't want to talk.
I'm a talker.
And so that's him just like cuddling me, just sending me affirmation like through text message, and we could be sitting right next to each other, making me coffee, going to get me coffee because that is also my love language. Just showing up in ways that means a lot to me. Like acts of service is like my number one love language, and Chris excels in that.
Um,
How do we handle?
oh, I already got the answer. I was gonna let you have the floor, but if you want me to say it, I'll say it. I think we handle disagreements very well. I think it comes down to having emotional intelligence and having great communication. So earlier in our relationship, that was a bit of a struggle for really me, honestly. I was very not comfortable with communicating everything to Ashley in the beginning, but throughout time I got more comfortable. And like I said before, like I never had someone like Ashley to really just get me uncomfortable and have me grow, because I'm always having the other person grow. So to have that reciprocated, it challenged me, obviously. And yeah, I think just having emotional intelligence and the deliverance and the tone and the volume, how you deliver a message. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. To piggyback off of that, I would say, you know, because we were friends for so long, it was kind of hard to like, what am I trying to say? Differentiate. Like we communicated a certain way when we were just friends, but we kind of had to like switch that and work towards like, okay, no, this is how we need to communicate being like together. I never noticed that Chris even kind of like struggled with that, just because like he never really had a hard time communicating when we were just friends.
Correct.
But when we got in a relationship, I was like, okay.
Just the transition.
And me, like, I'm super transparent. Like, I just need you to tell me. Like, I cannot read minds. I'd be like, Chris, tell me. I don't care, like, how hard it is. Like, if we just silent for a couple of hours and we come back to the conversation, that's cool. But, like, I never wanted us to, like, go a night or a day without expressing, like, how we felt. And even if we had to wait a little bit to let that process and we, you know, revisit that conversation, that's what we did. And obviously that took practice and work.
Repetition. Ooh, that's a good question.
We make a lot of great memories.
So many. That's what I'm saying. That's a great. I would say the best memory that me personally was when I met you, my girlfriend, in Mexico.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, on the beach. That was a great time because we tried to be together previously, but the seasons just weren't aligning, and we're not people that are just going to just force something to happen. You know, we know that, okay, if it's not meant to happen right now, at least we still have our friendship. That's the main thing. We were always friends. We were never just lovers in the beginning. You know what I mean? So I would say definitely when I first met her, my girlfriend, June 23rd, 2022.
Correct. Great.
I would not know that. Really.
No, my favorite memory actually would be from his birthday this past year, April 5th of 2024. Just to see, because Chris, like, he has such a big heart and he's always given to so many people. So to see him, but to plan a big birthday for him that whole weekend and to see like all the people show up and love and care on him like the way that he do for others, that was just like a great moment for me to like sit back and see, just because like he's just such a giving person to the community, and I just love celebrating him whenever I can, even if it's not his birthday. Okay?
Yeah, definitely. How does religion impact our relationship going into marriage? So for both of us, so I'll just go back to what happened this morning, and you probably didn't even notice it. So we're very close to God when it comes to, you know, how do I like put this into words? Like we pray together. Making time. We make time in the morning. The first thing that I do before I check my phone is I pray. I try to make that like a habit of like just not going to the world, but going to my peace first. And Ashley does the same thing. Like we literally did it this morning, And
sometimes I'll wake up in the middle of the night
Yeah.
and I'll touch Chris and I'm like, I don't know, I just feel called to pray over you right
Yeah.
now, and I'll literally pray over him.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think we started doing the devotionals last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never done that before. I've always done it by myself on my phone. Wasn't really consistent with doing that, but we make it like a thing to do it every Wednesday to Sunday, I think.
Yeah, every Wednesday.
Yeah, definitely. So we ain't been inside the church in a minute. We ain't gonna lie to y'all, but we do watch Concord every Sunday. Yeah, every Sunday. So life has been lifing, honestly, and but that's no excuse. We still make time, you know, in the morning, throughout the day, periodically, you know. So yeah. So
Yeah,
I
and
think
it's important to find that intentional time, not only individually, but also like collectively too. So like sometimes we'll set a time that we would want to do a devotional, but it just doesn't work, and we just end up pushing it like later that evening. But as long as we get it done,
And that's
like
okay.
that's all that like matters to us. And we feel like since we have brought that into our relationship last year on a consistent basis, we just seen like the trajectory of how like our relationship has like just blossomed since then.
Definitely. To officially become one. You know, I've always liked Ashley since I was 14, but I didn't know how to express that because obviously I was a teenager, I was a kid, and just to see us in this exact same spot, or this exact spot 18 years later, is like a living like proof that God is real. Yeah, I just can't believe it. I just don't be telling you. Like, I just be in like disarray, just disbelief.
No, I think because like everyone keeps asking us like, how do we feel about the engagement, blah blah blah, and it's like, it's a surrealing feeling that sometimes like I feel like we can't like figure out what words to even like articulate and put it into a sentence, because like even with the artists, like with this event venue opening up, like this is maybe 5 minutes from where we met. And so when I came across this venue on TikTok, I was like, Chris, like, without me even realizing I was about to get engaged, I was like, I feel like this is the venue. Like, this is it. This is 5 minutes from Trinity Christian School where we met, and it's Black owned. Like, it's such a, man, like a full circle moment. Like, God is so intentional in so many ways.
Outside of just us becoming one, I'm looking forward to having kids. I'm not gonna lie.
I knew he was gonna say that.
I ain't gonna lie. I've been so ready. I'm so ready. I've been patient for so long, and you know, just to have.
God is gonna bless us for being patient.
Yeah, definitely. And God knows my heart. God knows her heart. And you know, with us becoming one, like we can't like elevate and, you know, have a family and get to the next level as just boyfriend and girlfriend. You know, like I told you when I proposed to you.
I mean, I feel like it's every woman's dream to be married, obviously, but like to their person, to their soulmate. Before Chris, I had been single for like years. I told my parents, like, unless I have Chris, like I am okay with being single. But since God really like brought us back together when he did, it's just, I'm just so thrilled and like ready. Like I told Chris, like I would marry him tomorrow, like if I could. I'm just excited to just start this new chapter and this new life with him and do all the things that we've talked about over the years, building a legacy, building our empire, which is Poke Fit Training Facility, and just being like a great positive role models out here in the community together.
Definitely. Yes, we do. Yes. I'll let you say it. Because we were looking at the other day.
Our dream honeymoon is Mykonos, Greece. We have been talking about this since 2021. So that is our dream. Like we want to be there for at least a week and a half, if possible.
Yeah. So after we get married, the plan is to go to Mykonos for her birthday, December 8th. Or that weekend of your birthday.
Yeah. Whew. If I can describe our relationship in one word, I would say it's angelic.
Assiduous.
It's a big term.
Yeah, assiduous. Very, very. We work very hard to just keep everything just in house, you know, and that means like being nice to each other genuinely, you know. Keep dating each other. Just keep everything consistent. Like everything we said in this interview, we keep everything consistent within like that whole
And intentional.
Yeah, just remain intentional with each other. Always date each other. Always communicate. It's all about the little things. All about having detail within your, you know, relationship, friendship. Always remain great friends too, as well. Because people say, "Oh, that's my best friend," blah 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 blah. But when they get married, all that stuff go out the window. You know. So me and Ashley, we've been friends for so long that that's the number one thing that we could always go back on is our friendship. Always. And we'll be married soon. But we're gonna always be friends first, and then, you know, lovers, and then husband, wife, and, you know, all those different things.
That's great.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You're so crazy.
You're welcome. Man, just keep everything original, but also remain uncomfortable. Never just get comfortable with just the title of being in a relationship. Don't just get comfortable with the title of being married, because a lot of couples tend to split off because like the spark leaves. The spark tends to spark out, go away, because, you know, a lot of couples get complacent. You know, one person's doing more than the other. And keep dating. Keep dating. I don't care if it's y'all going on a hike run or, you know, whatever that person loves to do. Just stay spontaneous and just always date that person.
That's good. I would say the advice I would give is to implement check-ins. I feel like since Chris and I started implementing weekly check-ins, and that can be whatever day. Usually we do Sundays. Don't make it on a day of date night. Make it on a day outside of date night. And I always ask him, like, what did I do great this week for you? What could I have done better this week for you? How could I have shown up better? Are you happy with I've been doing? Just kind of like those check-ins to just make sure everything is good and y'all are still on one page, on one same page. It'll change the trajectory of your relationship. Definitely. I promise. If you implement those weekly check-ins, you'll be surprised, even with friendships.
Yeah. We want to just shout out the Artis of Love. We want to shout out the Artist Event Space. We want to just thank y'all for the opportunity to tell our love story, because you never know who's going to be watching this story that could relate to us. You know, we could inspire somebody. You know, you never know who's watching. So thank y'all for the platform.
I basically shout out the event space in one of my questions already.
Yeah.
I did, right?
You did.
With the full circle moment?
Yeah, you did.
Mm-hmm. October 11th, 2025.
At the Artis Event Center.
Yes!
Can't wait.